Welcome, I'm Rob and this is TeamSport Reading. Now, normally when I visit a new track, I take a look at a track map, maybe watch a video or two, but this time I decided to go at it blind. As usual, our first lap contains the mandatory flag test. We've started under yellows as we've left the pits, and now we've gone to red. Once everyone has stopped on track correctly, we'll be back underway. And it seems the Reading track returns straight to green from the red flags. It's not usual at TeamSport tracks, but it works out. The concrete floor on the bottom layer is quite slippery, so that's going to take some getting used to. And somehow I wasn't expecting the turn at the top of the ramp to be a hairpin. Without even knowing where the track goes, I've made a pass up the inside into this right-hander. And so there we have it, my very first lap of Reading is complete. With the flag test, it's come in at nearly 2 minutes, but what should my aim actually be? I had arrived at the track with little time to spare after a desperate dash west along the M4, having left my family at the Premier Inn we were staying at. This did mean though that I didn't even have time to go to the bar to check out the members' leaderboards. I have absolutely zero knowledge of this track. Coming up the ramp, I've remembered it's a hairpin this time, and we've come into another red flag. This one does take a little while to sort out as one of the cars actually needed to be swapped out, so we'll skip forwards quite a bit of time. With the flags having gone to green, I've struggled to find a way past the driver ahead, and the gap I've gone for has just closed off. But I've performed a cutback and I pass him as we cross that start-finish line. And nearly 4.5 minute lap time though. This isn't normal, I hope. So with the slippery concrete, I think it's best to flick the steering and slide the car just a little. Smooth inputs will require lower cornering speed as you're just understeer wide. When you hit that ramp at speed, it's quite a big bump. I ended up leaning forwards for most laps as I found it quite painful on my back. Yes! 55 seconds! Is that good? I really don't know. It would be amazing at Sheffield, my local track, but this is Reading. Is it any good? There were a handful of younger drivers they usually found wearing orange suits because they're the small ones, and I prefer to give them just a little bit extra space. I'd personally rather not be the one driving into them and ending up putting them off karting. As we come up the ramp, one was in the barrier, bringing out those yellow flags once again. So this visit to Reading was actually a freebie, as I'd used my loyalty points to book. I travelled down to near Heathrow to visit some family and friends during the Easter break, and as I had time to visit only one track during my holiday, Reading being about 45 minutes away, it became the chosen one. Unfortunately, we're now faced with another red flag. Thankfully though, this one is only short. I do like the light boards that Reading have. Compared to the Sheffield ones, they are very clear and easy to spot from all angles. The Sheffield ones aren't bad, but these are better. Look how green... Oh, that's just turned yellow. Look how yellow they are! I had hoped they'd turn green before the next lap, as I had visions of me passing all three of these cars before the hairpin. Even if the track was green though, I don't think I'd have actually made it. I can dream. I can dream. Now the strange thing was that this part of the track had appeared to have stayed under green flags. I wish TeamSport would use this split flags more often, only using the yellow flags in sections where it is actually needed. So the two ahead seem to have a bit of pace, but I definitely feel I'm faster, so I take a gap and try it up the inside. And with a cut back out of the second hairpin, I've passed them both. But out comes that yellow flag once again. Another one of the young drivers appears to be stuck on the barriers. As we come into the closing stages of the session, will we get any more clear laps to try and improve my time? At this point, I'd started coaching myself, and as I just said there, I let the kart slide a bit too much, so I had a lower speed when getting onto the small straight. I couldn't work out this section. I feel I probably should have gone a bit wide around the back, but with the left-hand hairpin, I quite frankly got a bit confused. And to finish off the ruling lap, I've let the kart slide too much through the final turn as well. Across the line, and I've missed out by half a second. Hopefully, I can get another run at it in this session. But it won't be for this lap, as we're back under yellow flags one more time. As always, while I've got to the marshal working on the track, I have been sure to slow down even more while I pass him, and this time I'd made eye contact with him too, so I knew and he knew that I was paying attention and he could carry on recovering the car, doing his job, getting the track clear for us to go racing once more. So, with only a couple of minutes to go, I'm really hoping the remaining laps go well and flag free. We now enter my fastest lap of this session, and I'm going to leave this one to play out. There was certainly still room for improvement, but I've been able to shave off another 4/10, and I guess my aim for the next session is going to be to get into those 54-second laps. Can I do it? I know when I've messed up on the concrete, as it's obvious that you've lost all speed. I've spotted the marshal leaving his post, so I suspect this now may be the final timed lap. The lap was probably slow anyway, but I backed off to help ensure his safety as he was walking on the track under green flag conditions. So there we go, that is TeamSport Reading, a track not too dissimilar to Sheffield when it comes to grip levels on the wood, but I really did struggle with that concrete. Overall, I enjoyed the experience, the kart felt great, and the layout seemed well thought out and very technical and fun. As I said earlier, I had booked this visit using my points, so 2 sessions for the price of nothing. Oh yeah. Whilst waiting for that second session though, I was offered the opportunity to stay out for a 3rd session. Naturally, I took this up. 3 sessions for £8.50, I really could not say no. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure you click on that little button down below. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss out on those next 2 sessions that are coming very soon. If you're one of the legends that has subscribed to the channel, then I thank you. It really does mean so much to me. I've been giggling like an excited schoolchild every time I take a look to see what that magic number is on now, and it is growing and growing and growing, so really big thank you. As always, thank you so much for joining me on my go-karting adventures. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. What was the latest new to you track that you visited? I'd love to know. Next week we'll have the 2nd session of this visit to Reading, so be sure to tune in. And until then, cheers.